I want to go across now, live and exclusive, to one of the big heroes of this victory, if and when it does happen on the 8th. They've really run a very spirited campaign, Rajdeep.
The Hoodas?
The Hoodas.
Yeah, undoubtedly, as I said, over 5 years, look at how politics has changed. Deepender Singh Hooda, and he kept saying this. This was his big crib, that had he been given more time in 2019, he might have turned the election round. This time he's been given at least the last 2 years, if not more. And if these numbers are right, at the age of 77, along with Deepender, his son, who won by the second highest margin in North India after Rahul Gandhi, the Hoodas are back in business.
The Hoodas are back in business, it seems, and the man who's been running, in fact, on the last day of campaigning, this image went viral of a young Deepender Hooda running like crazy to his chopper so that he could get there. He's been out in the field the last several months leading this campaign along with his father. He's smiling already. Are the firecrackers going? Has Diwali come early to the Hooda household?
Thank you, Rahul, for having me. See, I think the people of the Diwali will come early for the people of Haryana, because people of Haryana have been waiting to bring in a change. 10 years of misgovernance by the BJP has seen the Haryana story getting derailed. BJP has no achievement on its side after 10 years of government, apart from the fact that they tried to divide the society and to exploit the division in the society for their own political benefit. They did not do anything good for the state at all. And now I think the reports that we are getting from across Haryana today, the mandate is very clear. It will be a decisive victory for the Congress party. I am very confident of that.
But Deepender Hooda, if this mandate is what it is as per our polls, is this a mandate for the Congress or is it a mandate against the BJP? BJP's vote share is holding, but it appears the JJP, INLD vote collapsing and coming to you. Is it that you have become a default option for all the anti-incumbency? It's not that people are voting for the Congress. They've chosen to vote out the BJP. BJP ja rahi hai, Congress aa rahi hai, uska fayda hua hai.
It's both. What you are saying, it's both. It's vote against the BJP also, and it is also vote in favor of the Congress. See, the Congress party had put its house in order this time, learning from some of the things organizationally that we were not at our best organizationally last time, and we missed out on the opportunity of bringing in a change even in 2019 where there was an opportunity. This time the Congress had its house in order, and I'm very thankful to the central leadership of the Congress party. Especially I'm very thankful to Rahul ji and to Kharge ji and our central leadership. Our central leadership took a decision to
Deepender ji, you say you were not strong organizationally in 2019. Deepender ji, you say you were not strong in 2019, rightly so. Lots of changes had taken place. Kumari Shailja was made the president last minute. All of that had happened. They didn't go with your party. This time around, even till this morning, Deepender ji, the likes of Kumari Shailja were coming out and making statements which could be borderline anti-party. Do you think that was correct?
No, I think no one has made any statement which is anti-party. Everybody has contributed to the strength, to the added strength to the Congress party, and I think it is because everybody has contributed that we are doing so well in Haryana. In Lok Sabha elections, like you saw, Haryana recorded the highest vote share for the opposition across India, across 28 states. It could not have been possible just on account of like singular effort of one leader or the other. It's a combined effort of all the state leaders, and it is also the credit must go to the central leadership and how the central leadership has steered Haryana this time. And to answer your original question, Rajdeep, like what you said, that is it just the default? See, it is not the default anti-incumbency coming to the Congress. People have seen the 10 years of good governance by the Congress led by Deepender Singh Hooda ji. And when people were presented with an options of, that's the reason why all the regional parties have completely lost out, because people remember that as a good period across caste, community, regions. People recognize that as a good period for Haryana, and that is why Congress has been, is able to get traction amongst all caste, communities and regions this time. And
but would you agree? But would you agree that one big change between 2019 and 24? 2019, Congress was not sure kaun banega Mukhyamantri or who will be projected as leader. There were divisions, which you've said are organizational. But would you agree that this time, whether it's whether it's ticket distribution, whether it's projection, whether it is planning, you went on a yatra, Mr. Hooda, your father went on a yatra, there was clarity that the Hoodas are running the show. There are other leaders, no doubt, but the focus was on father and son. Would you agree that that was one big difference between 24 and 2019?
See, 2019, one of the big factors, what I meant by organizationally, one of the big factors was that we were not very confident ourselves, and I don't think we put our best foot forward in 2019. That was one of the key factors. In 2024, we started our preparations 2 years back when our central leadership appointed Shri Uday Bhanji as our PCC president, and for the last 2 years, Congress has been in the field fighting it out, and so I think we worked really hard. That's one of the difference between 2019 and 2024. Clarity in terms of now who's leading and who's not. I think that is a Congress fights any election. So Congress fights any election collectively. We have fought a election collectively. All our leaders. Our leader of opposition is Hooda ji. Our PCC president is Uday Bhanji. And there are big contributions from all the senior leaders. And now our aim was to bring in a change in Haryana. I am very confident that we have achieved that aim today, as will be known to the nation on the day of counting. And after the results are out and we get the numbers, then the rest of the questions will be answered in a fashion which is the due process of the Congress party.
Okay.
So
now, Deepender, one second.
Comprehensively answer your question.
Sure. This question has been asked to Bade Hooda Sahab, and I want our producers to pull out the data. Who is the number one choice to be chief minister? There, Bhupender Hooda comes up at number 1 at 31%. The interesting thing there is that Deepender Hooda comes in at 3 at 10%, right behind Nayab Saini. Now, how do you see this? Bade Hooda Sahab se kai baar sawal pucha gaya ki, are you planning political succession in a way that somewhere mid-term that you hand over the political baton to Deepu? And he said, "Dekho, janta ko tay karna hai. How can I decide?"
He told me not tired, not retired.
He's
not. You want me to retire? He said not tired, not
retired.
So here's the question. How do you see this question? You obviously are very passionate about state politics. You worked hard across the state. Of course, right now, Bhupender Hooda will most likely be the chief minister if the Congress High Command has good sense, and there's no reason to believe that they won't. How do you see this question? Is Deepender Hooda preparing to be chief minister? Would you like to be chief minister one day? Will there be a mid-term switch? How do you yourself see this question? Yeah, I googly ab dekhte hain aapka jawab.
नहीं मेरा बड़ा इसमें मैं स्पष्ट जवाब दे देता हूँ. There is a due process that the Congress party follows wherever Congress party gets the mandate from the people. There is a due process that the Congress party has been following for decades, and this is the same process which will be followed in Haryana. I can tell you, like you're saying that we will, as per your polls, we are going to form the government. Once we have the numbers, the CLP meeting will be called. observers will be sent from Delhi. The observers, they get a sense from the all the elected MLAs. They get their opinions, and that sense is then conveyed to the central leadership of the Congress party, and then central leadership of the Congress party takes the decision in their own wisdom on who should get what responsibility to run a good government for the Congress party in that state. This is a process which has always been followed by the Congress party. This is a process which will be followed by the Congress party, and all your answers are going to be the answers that this process, how this process unfolds. As far as I am concerned, people have elected me to the Lok Sabha by a big mandate, and that's a very big, already a very big, responsibility on my shoulders.
But Deepender ji, in your opinion, do you think the state and even the Congress is now ready to have a deputy? Because there has been an image issue where Haryana was concerned that Congress is a Jaton ka party, maybe to get a Dalit deputy.
Congress is a party that is representing all the sections of society. As far as deputy concerned, or chief minister or deputy chief minister, or who gets what responsibilities, I think I have laid out the process, and that process will unfold, and you will get your answers through that process.
How do you respond, Deepender ji, to criticism that when the Hoodas are made in charge, ये मनमर्जी करते हैं, बाकियों को space नहीं देते? Like DK Shiv Kumar and Siddaramaiah in Karnataka would fight behind the scenes, fight all night, but in the morning they would hold each other's hands and say, yo, go Congress. Now the criticism is that yes, you were given a free run to do things the way you guys wanted, and that's how you did it. But the likes of Kumari Shailja made very clear through multiple interviews, including to us, that they were not happy, that बातचीत नहीं हो रही, उनको, they have no say. How do you respond कि ये मनमर्जी करते हैं, दूसरों को जगह नहीं देते?
See, now as far as if that question pertains to the ticket distribution, then again there is a laid out process for ticket distribution in our party also. There is a screening committee which is appointed by the AICC that shortlists and forms panels and takes it to the Central Election Committee, which is CEC, wherein the central leadership are part of that CEC, including the Congress president and both the former Congress presidents and all other senior leaders. And eventually the CEC is empowered to take the decisions as far as the ticket distribution is concerned. So there is no question of anyone in a state denying anyone else the space as far as the ticket distribution is concerned. And I think and again going forward also there is a defined process. Congress in this sense is a much more democratic party than the BJP, and I think that's one of the strengths that the Congress party has. And I think going forward also, once we get the numbers, there is a process which I have decided.
आखिरी सवाल दीपेंद्र जी, अगर आप जीतते हैं, even Rahul Gandhi had mentioned it on Twitter, will you celebrate with Gohana ke jaleb?
Of course.
हमें भी भेज देना भाई, थोड़ी जलेबी दी, जलेबी
जलेबी नहीं है, हरियाणा में जलेब मिलता है.
No, what Deepender Singh Hooda gave me, he said, you have had churma everywhere, you try my churma. I must confess, it was excellent. You see, usually winners are more generous with sweets. But the sweets I got from Deepender Singh, and he's... the young man is, he's smiling now. Young man is not a patch on his dad when it comes to hospitality. Sorry to say.
क्यों नाम खराब कर रहे हो उसका?
older.
That's not true.
No,
That's not true.
क्या बोल रहा है?
I don't agree with that. नहीं दीपेंद्र जी, this I don't agree with. अब दिखाना पड़ेगा. एक डब्बा जलेब राजदीप को भेजिए.
Older generation of politics खाते पीते थे.
No, he's right.
To fitness.
No, Rajdeep is right. See, Rajdeep is right. Senior Hooda Saab is matchless when it comes to many things.
Now you're being... I'm not trying to create a divide in the family. You have a lot of skills which you also can teach your father, I'm sure. यार देखो, बाप तो बाप होता है, as Amitabh Bachchan would say.
No, but No, Rajdeep, I made that statement with a very proud heart. Of course, I mean, I'm very proud of the fact that, certain things in, that Senior Hooda Sahib is quite matchless in certain aspects, and I aspired and I am always inspired by him. So,
but one question that comes, Deepender Bhai,
Deepender
Bhai, one question comes that, Rahul mentioned this earlier, which is that, which maybe is something that your Rahul needs to look at. How is it that the Congress never repeats, once they come into government, after 5 years they get voted out? Haryana was an exception, I know.
10 years, Attaji, sir.
You were 10 years, but by and large we've seen that pattern. What is the new thing that you're offering? I come back to it. Are you only a default option? What is the new thing that you will offer to Haryana that Naib Singh Saini or Manohar Lal Khattar could not? Give me the one thing that you will change if you come to power.
I think the Congress is going to be a government that belongs to all the people of Haryana. That's and I think that's a commitment that Rahul ji made to the people of Haryana in each and every political rally that he addressed in Haryana, not just during the elections, but during the Bharat Jodo Yatra also. Haryana has been one of the experiments that the BJP did by creating a huge rift in our society. Haryana was never like this before. They tried to, not just the religion rift, in which they discriminated against the minorities, be it the Sikhs or the Muslims, but they also created a rift in our social caste patterns by, coining the slogans such as 35 versus 1 and all these slogans, Jat versus non-Jat. And so I think those, if you try to create rift in society and exploit that for your political benefit, that's not in benefit of the state or the country.
Okay,
and I think Haryana, the Congress
googly.
is first and most important.
When Ashok Tawar was earlier in the Congress,
Yes.
there was a sense that he gets too much bhav from the central high command, that his position is elevated relative to his ground worth. Did you know that he's coming back? What do you make of the fact that he's back? Or did it come as a surprise? Suddenly he pops up on the stage just hours before campaigning ends?
No. We were quite involved in, we were having a conversation with him, and he made the right decision at the right time. His coming back to the Congress is going to further strengthen the Congress party in Haryana.
Okay, he's pressing all the right buttons. He could well be doing an interview for the Indian Foreign Services as a diplomatic corps officer at this rate. But Deepender Singh Hooda has reason to celebrate. If these post-poll numbers are right, it would be Deepavali come early for the Congress, for the Hooda family, and also the fact that in a direct battle between the BJP and the Congress, to have a 15% gap is hats off for the battle that they've run, if this is correct.
Just a piece of trivia. While we speak of Bhupinder Hooda and Deepender Hooda, I think very few know that Bhupinder ji's father was in the first Constituent Assembly,
Sure.
1948. So it's 3 generations who've been in different, and I think he's been one of the few leaders who's been Constituent Assembly, Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha. So I don't know too many like that. And he used to come, even at the age, he was 98, he would come with his walking stick erect. Right? Sorry? He was 98 or 100, and he would come to Central Hall of Parliament. Very erect, very straight. So there's lots that you can learn from your grandfather as well. Sorry, you were saying something.
Rajdeep, he was the youngest member of the Constituent Assembly, and then not just the 3 houses, he has he holds a record of being elected member of 7 different houses: Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, Constituent Assembly, Provisional Parliament, then Punjab Vidhan Sabha and Haryana Vidhan Sabha, because at that time we were one Suba, the joint Punjab. So yes, so I mean,
Deepender ji, do you hold the ambition of being the youngest Chief Minister of Haryana?
Preeti, go ahead, say it again. He can't listen.
I heard her. See, as far as ambition is concerned, with one ambition, I returned back from America. That was to serve the people of my state and serve the people of this great nation. And every day, last 20 years back, I returned from America, and for 20 years, I've been blessed. I am in Parliament. I took oath in Parliament for the 5th time, and for these last 20 years, every day I'm fulfilling my ambition of serving the people of this great nation.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the time being. Let's not all celebrate
Very
just at the
non-Jat
moment.
like.
I don't remember this exit poll
Very
day.
non-Jat like.
Why
This
you
could have
saying
been a
non-
politically incorrect. Usually Jats are known to be politically incorrect. But he's been so politically correct and spot on with
new
what
face
with all
of the
his
Jat
responses.
generation. Okay.
It's only an exit poll. I must
That's
warn
true.
you, the churma and the, what do you call it?
Jaleb. Gohar ka jaleb.
Gohar ka jaleb will have to be kept for the 8th. Today it's only a teaser. You can send us, what do you call it? Appetizer today.
Thank you, Deepender ji. Thank you.
Sure, but
Wish you
I'll
all
be,
the- yes.
I'll try to better my father in hospitality, Rajdeep, for you this time.
Arre wah! Arre
Now
wah!
you made Rajdeep
वो
right
थोड़ा-
now, I'm very happy.
That,
ठीक है.
yes. Okay, we'll wait and see. We'll wait
Thank
and
you
see.
very much for joining us, and congratulations on what the post-poll data is suggesting. As we said, let's just wait till the 8th to be sure that this is absolutely correct.